Welcome to another episode of the AIA Digital Marketing Podcast, guys.
Woohoo! Woo! How's that for a little bit of synchronicity on a Wednesday afternoon?
Wednesday afternoon. We're getting over the hump, Wade. We're nearly there.
The camel's hump.
Hump day.
There could be two.
So today you've just got the pleasure of speaking with the two of us, Wade and myself, Billy. Joe might join us a bit later if he feels generous, but otherwise it'll just be us talking today about TikTok ads for business,
Yes.
the hot topic.
It's what everyone wants to know. TikTok is the buzzword of 2022.
Tell me about it. Is it not? I don't know about you, but I mean, I can't go more than 24 hours without hearing the word TikTok, right? Like,
Me either.
yeah. I mean, you're probably hearing me talk about it a bit, but
My brain has two functions, tick and talk.
man, it's
it.
and the funny thing about it too is that, like, you know, it's advertising on TikTok today is like advertising on Facebook 10 years ago, but time is ticking, right?
When's it gonna
TikToking
talk?
away,
Yeah.
right? That's the thing.
Maybe TikTok is some kind of measuring tool. TikTok as closer to the end of humanity. It's the countdown is TikTok itself.
TikTok is the point in history that will be marked, maybe, right? It's the domain that's visited more than Google, the most visited domain.
Can I get a sample right there?
Of what?
Anything, just push a random
Push
button.
a button. Who likes advertising on TikTok?
Yeah, that's like I didn't know that until I started kind of deep diving into it. I knew TikTok was something that was growing, and if you were under the age of 30, that's where you're spending your time, you know. But to know that it's the most searched term,
Visited URL and search term and downloaded app.
it's ticking all the boxes.
Yes.
The research that I've come across as well is the growth is what Facebook was 10 years ago, but on steroids.
Yes.
It's blowing all of these growth metrics out of the water in comparison to, other social media platforms.
Yes, definitely.
It's like nothing we've ever seen.
Yeah, the interesting thing about it too is that it's changed the way people interact through social media online, as it's through video, right? It's all video. It's exclusively video content.
It's the death of static imagery, really.
Yeah.
Like, yes, they still work.
Yeah.
Text-based ads.
You can go over to
image ads.
Insta if you've got some good photography shots or some cute baby shots you want to share. But it's good because it's pushing people out of their comfort zone as well. You know, to take a video of yourself and upload it is a completely different beast when compared to taking a photo of yourself and uploading it, right?
Wow. You can't Photoshop a
video. That's right. Yeah. So, and I personally love the platform I go on. You see all sorts of wild, funny, crazy, silly things. You know, it's a lot of fun to actually sit on and surf through. They've got a way of hooking you in. You know, like you push the back button to get out, and they're like, just one more video. You know what I mean? If you push, you got to push it twice.
Okay. Yeah.
That's how they hook people in. But more importantly, for the business owners out there or digital marketers that are listening in to this, we've run some numbers, and just basically off the testing that I've done initially. For campaigns that we're running on TikTok, you're getting at least 3 times the amount of people seeing your ad for every dollar that you spend. The click-through rate's a little bit lower, but nonetheless, you're still getting at least double the traffic. So the cost per click from the TikTok platform through to your website's twice as much for every dollar you spend. And you're also getting up to 4 or 5 times as many leads. TikTok also has a lead form, much like Facebook, which has been widely utilized by service-based businesses hoping to build their database and grow leads. Some of the testing we've done, for example, is a finance brokerage company was getting leads at about $100 per lead off Facebook or Instagram. Now getting leads for $20, $22, $25 off TikTok, of exactly the same quality per lead, same acquisition rate from those leads, same average sale value. So at the moment, it really is a massive opportunity for businesses to be able to promote their goods. Now, where people get stumped on this is if you're running your own ads and you've traditionally been running shots of your products, for example, which you've already got plenty of because you've had to upload them to your e-commerce site, you can sort of repurpose those and use them, on Instagram and Facebook. But with TikTok, they've got you. You're stuck. You have to make a video. Now,
Content is king.
right, but a lot of people, what are you going to do? Do you know what I mean? What kind of a video are we going to make? That can be tricky for business owners that aren't tech savvy, used to taking videos of themselves, selfie videos of themselves with phones, have no idea what the trends are. I mean, TikTok's more important than ever that you're in line with the trends to get reach with your videos.
Definitely.
And even if you want to pay to promote them, sure, thousands, tens, hundreds of thousands of people are going to see those ads. But if they're not on trend, they'll stand out as ads, you know, and you don't want to do that on TikTok.
Well, as long as you keep it kind of within the same, you know, aesthetic realm of TikTok, I've like doing through my research, I have noticed that brands are still doing high production value ads.
Yes.
Like they're still throwing tens of thousands of dollars into video ads that
Yes.
are being run on TikTok.
Yes.
So, you know, like a McDonald's or a Balenciaga, for instance, they're still doing high production value.
Yes.
But if you really want to tap into the power of TikTok, it's about connecting with the collaborators and using the platform.
Yes.
TikTok rewards you. Your numbers are better. Collaborators trust you more.
Yes.
You're part of the community.
Yeah, right.
That's the main thing, I think,
yeah.
with TikTok.
Yeah, even like utilizing influencers, people that have reach.
Absolutely, yeah. And like the shift from TikTok and Instagram is TikTok's almost like a creative platform.
Yes.
Where the majority of the time you're either consuming or you're creating.
Right.
You know, and all of the features within the app allow you to create quite visually interesting videos.
And audio as well. They've got all the tracks that you can overlay.
Oh, that's a massive one.
Yeah, yeah. The voices that you can type in what you want the voice to say.
Yeah, I feel like you've got a lot more creative scope within the app of TikTok.
Yes,
it's kind of a one-stop shop.
Yeah. So having you know, if you're a business owner and having run your own ads, maybe, or you've got an agency that doesn't yet do TikTok, they will, guaranteed, but right now they might not. It's very, very hard to come up with good content that's in line with, you know, utilizing all of the features that are available within the app that enhance that creative scope, and staying on trend as well, and kind of keeping in line with the TikTok, you know, thesis of content.
Well, yeah, it's their kind of manifesto, right? It's a creator platform. Something that you said earlier, what was it? It sparked something in my mind. Oh, yes. The beautiful thing about TikTok is it's the algorithm's slightly different to, you know, Facebook and Instagram, where it's not all about how many views you get or how many likes you have. It's a little bit more egalitarian, and, you know, you might have a video that has 20 views, or all your videos have 20 views, but then you have one that has 10,000 or 50,000 views because of the way how the algorithm works. So going back to what you said about being on trend, it also gives the creator or the business the opportunity to go viral with their own content and create their own trend. Yeah,
without having to leverage years and years of having built up a fan base.
Exactly. Right? And like it's a great platform for brand building.
Yeah, right.
We're starting to see the money come through now.
Yes.
The platform last year was $1.8 billion spent within the app.
Yes.
This year it's projected to be $11 billion.
Wow.
So that's more than 5 times.
That's crazy. Yeah, man.
It's about 5 times. Yeah.
I'm not surprised. That's something that, I mean, we're seeing it. We're getting inquiries from businesses about TikTok. We're getting better results for our clients on TikTok. A lot of the clients that we've got are either merging across or adding it to their you know, platform marketing, the range of platforms that they're using. So I think it's already huge. I don't even think it's going to be huge. I think it's already huge, man.
We're not in front of the curve by any means, but if you don't get onto this now, you're going to be kicking yourself in 2 years.
Yeah, man.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, like not buying Bitcoin 10 years ago.
Exactly, but like it's almost like we're in a hyperdrive.
Yeah.
Like to go from 1.8 to 11 billion.
Yes.
In, you know, less than a year.
Yes.
That's just like insane.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? Like 2 years is the max, I reckon, that you have to get on board, or you're gonna be 10 kilometers behind your competitors.
Another advantage of it is that it's forcing businesses to advertise with videos.
It's great,
right?
Yeah.
Like that's a good thing because everyone's kind of always known that videos ultimate way to portray a message, invoke emotion. You know what I mean?
It's
Like,
a combination of all the arts. You've got sound, you've got imagery.
Yeah.
You know, you can really create a mood. You have space,
Yep.
locations. Like, it's a combination of a lot of different art forms that can hit different senses and, you know, elicit a response, an emotional response,
yes, definitely.
which makes it so powerful.
Yeah, yeah. So, you know, another thing I guess is that if you want to advertise on YouTube, for example, or you want to create video content for Facebook, you can do that with raw footage, you know, and it can work well as long as the message is clear and you're getting the benefits of what it is that you're selling across in a short period of time. But TikTok's another thing where you can actually get really creative and be silly and be really out there. You know, and they've already come up with some really awesome trends that you can piggyback on the back of as well, like the reverse drop trend, the split screen trend, the click your fingers and something appears trend, the green screen.
Dancing's always going to be a huge part
Well,
of
dancing,
TikTok
what
as well.
it began with.
Yeah.
Right. Everyone thought it was a dancing platform, you know, like where you go to watch people dance or you put up a dancing video, but it's obviously evolved from that.
Yeah, well, you've got grandparents and stuff doing these TikTok dances. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Like, it's getting the whole family involved. It's not like, yes, the biggest portion of the market is, you know, millennials and younger, but that's changing and it's changing quickly. And the beautiful thing about TikTok is it's an opportunity for you as a company or a brand to kind of take off the corporate jacket, still wearing the suit and like the button-up shirt and the tie underneath, but you can show your personality. You can show, you know, who you are. That's not just the face of the business, and that creates that rapport and that trust with your community and your consumers.
Yeah, yeah. You can kind of step outside of the commercial. You know, like the shop front.
Yeah.
You know, like it's not all about the shop front. It's not all about the image. It's not all about the cut and polished. It's more like fun, engaging, raw, behind the scenes.
It's taking the coldness of the facade of corporate and bringing it back to the human and the person.
Yeah, yeah.
Which, you know, like we all want connection.
Right. And it makes it fun as well, right? Like it can actually be a lot of fun coming up with some
anything
crazy
goes
TikTok
on
ads.
TikTok basically.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah, yeah.
Which makes it like it can be really overwhelming actually, because there's so many things happening on there and so many different trends and features and stuff. It's like where do I fit in? What do I do? Like I don't know.
Yeah, man.
I can do anything.
Yeah. So, I guess what we've learnt, Wade, over the last sort of 8 to 10 months that we've been testing this with, we're now running a considerable amount of TikTok ads for our clients and getting more and more inquiries. Hence why we haven't done many podcasts, because we're pretty overwhelmed with the demand at the moment. But I think a couple of key things that we've learnt is obviously that your ads have to be on trend. You can't use Facebook ads as TikTok ads. You can't use Instagram ads as TikTok ads. You can, however, use TikTok ads back the other way on
Across
Facebook
everything.
and Instagram, right?
Yeah.
That's rule number one. I think another thing that we've learned that's important is that it is worth paying the extra money from time to time to get the influencers. If you can find influencers that are in the right niche and have the right kind of people following them, so that there's some segue or some context that makes sense, then it's worth getting those influencers to do content for you. You can still use them as ads, but you get the added bonus of one, they have experience on the platform. They know how to stick to the trends. They know what trends are bucking at the time.
Well, they're the trend creators. They create the trends. You know,
Exactly.
That's the point.
And obviously, there's a very clear benefit as well, is that you get the organic reach through their followers.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a double whammy.
Yeah.
You're supplementing your ad spend with an organic reach type situation.
Yeah.
And you have to promote your own post, which I believe you did on our business TikTok.
Spark ads, yeah.
Yeah, and that's a great way to keep it looking organic.
Yes.
But getting it to as many people as possible. I think Spark ads is a really powerful way to advertise your business.
Yeah, you buy social proof basically that way. You still get conversions, but you get the additional bonus of, it's kind of like branding through acquisition, right? So you're paying for branding. You're paying to get the likes and the follows and the shares and all of that stuff. But and also your posts keep that level of engagement. So everyone has known for a long time that when you see a social media post you're way more likely to take notice of and give your attention to a post that has a lot of likes, a lot of comments, you know, because you can see that it's something that a lot of people have liked. So you'll be encouraged to dive in and figure out why you don't want FOMO, right? You don't want to miss out on why everyone's liking this thing.
For sure.
So that's one thing is you kind of buy that and you keep that because the TikTok post that you put up will forever hold on to those metrics. So if you decide to promote it later again, we'll have those metrics there. But also you get a better return and higher engagement rate on your ads because when you promote them, people can see the level of engagement that they've had. And so that's not like what they used to call on Facebook, dark posts, where you're putting up ads that no one can see unless they see your ad. So it's not a boosted post from your page, but it's just a dark post. You miss out then on, you know, that social proof that builds up over time through paid ads.
Yeah, well, that's it. Like if you finish a Facebook campaign, that ad's not running anymore. No one's going to see it.
Yeah.
You know? So it lets you stay on and play for a bit longer.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And another thing, going back to the influencers and collaborators, TikTok's own research has spat out the number that it's twice as likely that someone will buy your product if it's the ad or the product has been shown by a collaborator or someone within the TikTok community.
That they know, that they've seen before, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, and 37% of users discovered a product on the app and immediately wanted to buy it.
Right.
Like
that's a pretty big statistic.
That's huge.
Yeah.
76% of users say TikTok inspired them to shop even when they weren't looking.
Yeah.
So it's like having a shop assistant selling your stuff in the person's face, wherever they are.
It really, I mean, the platform kind of sets the rules for the type of content you need to create, right? So there's different types of content that you need to create for different platforms to stay on trend and to get through people's ad blockers, you know, the subconscious ad blocker, so that you're creating the kind of content that they're expecting to see when they go to that platform, right? That's how ads on social media work best. So the platform sets the rules in regards to the creative direction, but it all comes down to the same thing at the end of the day. These are not TikTok people and Facebook people and Instagram people. These are just people that often use multiple platforms. So if you can get enough eyeballs on your offer and your offer's good enough, it doesn't matter if it came from TikTok or Facebook or Google or Instagram, you're going to get sales from those ads.
For sure.
So the power of the platform really is in how much do you have to spend to get 1,000 people to see your ad, for example. What's the CPM, the cost per mille? So if you can get away with spending less and get the same amount of people seeing your ad, you're going to get a better return on your ad spend.
That's what we want. That's what our clients want.
Yes.
You know, you want to get more dollars for less.
So there was a time where back in the early days, Facebook, you could get tons of people seeing your ads. When it first started promoting ads on their platform, you remember Facebook was around for years with no ads.
I remember the no ad days.
Yeah. And then people kind of were offended by the fact that they saw an ad come up in their feed.
Absolutely.
You know, so in fact, it didn't encourage you to buy the product. It kind of encouraged you to hate the brand for interrupting your Facebooking.
Definitely.
Right? So as that's morphed over time, people have become more and more comfortable with buying off Facebook, and it's become a huge advertising platform. Right? Everyone knows that. But TikTok kind of didn't have to go through the same
growing pains
because people are now comfortable buying e-commerce, comfortable with the trust with credit card details, putting credit card details into e-commerce websites, and have gotten used to the behavior of seeing something that they like on social media and deciding to make a buying decision. So TikTok's got the best of both worlds at the moment. One, it's cheap to get attention. The advertisers haven't yet rolled in as much as they possibly could. I mean,
no, and the stats I found was I think it was 70% of advertisers still prefer Instagram and trust Instagram.
Yes.
Let's check that in 6 months.
Yeah, because I think it's going to change. So you know, the wave of corporate money hasn't been kind of crashed into TikTok yet and driven up the CPMs.
Exactly.
But the people on TikTok are just as comfortable with making a purchase as they were on Facebook, after the millions of dollars rolled in and drove up the CPMs.
Well,
right?
they
So-
might even be more comfortable and more ready to buy because it's a younger generation that's been exposed to the internet since day dot. You
Yes.
know? Like they grew up with an iPhone in their hand.
Yes.
So like it's second nature to them. I want that. I'm going to have it.
Yeah.
Click.
That's right.
Done.
And I want it now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so even though your customers might be a different age bracket, it's the youth that drives change and the movement.
Yeah, man. That's right. Yeah, they're often the ones showing mum and dad or showing grandpa and grandma
Exactly
what they're doing. You know, and that can encourage, that can influence change as well. It's another misconception that people have about TikTok being for 18-year-olds. Maybe it was at first. I believe maybe it probably
That was
was,
my
but-
big resistance. Was
Yeah.
like, this is just another app that's going to take away my time.
Yes.
And I'm not going to gain anything from it. But people are getting news, wellness,
Yep.
information, political information, recipes, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, updates on big
World
court
events.
cases.
Yeah, court cases.
That was trialled by TikTok, the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard thing, apparently.
I thought you were going to keep their names out of it. We'll beep that later.
Yeah, what else? There's you know, on the news, they're constantly talking about trends on TikTok or what's been exposed on TikTok. People self-diagnosing through TikTok influencers, talking about ADD.
Oh, it's huge. It's changing people's habits.
Yes.
You know, like being on this app
Yep.
is informing their day-to-day, minute-to-minute decisions.
Yep.
We're not seeing the full ramifications of that, but it has been influencing people.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And look, I mean, I'm not really interested in the demographics. I know that people say, oh, how many people over 30 go on TikTok, right?
Well, 1/8 of the world's on TikTok,
Yeah.
right?
And but my answer to that is enough for us to be able to get you leads at 1/3 of the cost when compared to Facebook for people that are buying trucks and plant machinery. Now, I don't think they're 18,
No.
right? So it's from what I'm seeing, it's working. So they can crunch the numbers and spit out whatever demographics they want. When I spend $1 of one of our clients' money on TikTok, I see them make $5 or $10 back. I'm not worried about the demographics.
So
Do you
it's
know
a
what I mean?
no-brainer.
Yeah, totally. So rule number one is having the videos on trend, making sure that it's sort of native to the platform. Rule number two is to use influencers if you can find them, if they're contextually accurate. That works as well. Rule number three is that if you're in one of their kind of fringe categories, you know, like industries, maybe it's health, weight loss, finance, supplements, things like that have traditionally been problematic for people to run on Facebook, for example. It's very similar with TikTok again. It's the same sort of thing. They've got policies and procedures in place that stop people from being able to exploit users by making them feel bad about their appearance or about themselves. The before and afters are out still. You can't show a really fat person, a really skinny person and claim that your product will do that for you. You can't try to swindle.
Can you do it with a bank account?
What,
This
a
was
fat-
my bank account then, and now it's like this.
I like that. That's good. Yeah. Fat
Don't
bank
steal
account.
that. Trademark copyright.
But yeah, we should get 2 bank suits and a fat guy and a skinny guy. That'd be cool.
Just dollar suits.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So, and then, you know, with things like supplements, finance as well, you can't make people feel bad about being in too much debt and telling them that you can fix all their financial problems.
But why not? I need someone to fix all my problems.
Yeah, well, what? By giving them money? You know what I mean? That's going to help. So there are legitimate businesses out there that do finance brokering, that do legitimate weightlifting supplements, weight loss programs, weight loss supplements, things like that.
all of these things, though,
all of these things.
like you don't need to worry about as a client because
Right.
we'll cut through all the red tape and
Yeah.
get your ads in front of the right people.
So as TikTok partners, we get reps, and they help us cut through the red tape with this. You often have to. They do ask a lot of questions about licenses and things like that. So, but we're able to get the ads and the ad accounts kind of green lit for running ads as long as we jump through a few hoops.
It does seem like TikTok is very playing by the book.
Yeah.
In their procedures.
Definitely.
You know, for us to get access to some of the features as a business,
Yep.
we did have to provide documentation that I don't think that Instagram or Facebook.
No,
really
yeah,
requires.
we actually had to verify our business to
Exactly.
get the partner status.
But in doing so, you create more trust with the consumer.
Yeah, totally.
Like if you're verified by TikTok, you know you're not going to get ripped off.
Yeah. The other interesting thing that maybe you're aware of, Wade, with TikTok, the difference has been in that before we used to maybe spend 50% of our time coming up with the idea and 50% of the time in production, right? Like executing the final product. Now it seems to be like 80% of our time coming up with the idea and 20% in production for TikTok videos.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because they're not cut and polished. It's not about post-production and editing and cutting in and out all of this different footage. It's actually just about using the platform, but also recording, creating videos that are awesome ideas.
Yeah, exactly.
Funny,
you nailed it. It's about the idea.
Yeah, that's
it's
right.
not about the execution. It's about the idea, and that is what empowers the creator to create. Because we might be like, oh, I can't do a Steven Spielberg Jurassic Park,
right?
But I can shoot 2 toys with my phone and still get the message across.
Exactly. So you don't need tens of thousands of dollars for video production.
Unless you have it.
Says the videographer here.
Yeah, give us a budget.
You're busy enough, aren't you, I think, at the moment? So, that's something that is another thing to think about, just mulling over the best possible kind of funniest educational kind of ideas that you can come up with is worth the elbow grease, because by the time it comes to shoot it, if it's a TikTok ad, it's going to take you 20 minutes most of the time. You know what I mean?
Yes and no.
Yes.
It depends. Like a TikTok ad where you use a couple of filters and it's just a 2 camera, yes.
Yeah.
You can get pretty technical.
Yeah, right. Obviously.
I would say, with the cutting and the way you record, and you can have different cuts, you can edit.
Yes.
You can spend hours on that.
Oh, totally. Yeah, don't get me wrong. But you don't need After Effects. Do you know what I mean? You don't need...
Well, they've got their own inbuilt kind of
After Effects
like
version.
The green screen background type situation, whatever. But you don't have the professional.
You don't need not only After Effects, but a guy that can do you know what I mean? Like the whole thing, the setup.
Exactly. You don't need the expert.
Helps. Don't get me wrong. Like if you want to create a really good video for TikTok and you've got all of that, you can probably enhance it a little bit more than otherwise. But again, it's the idea, right? That's really the gold in it.
It is. One thing that I'd like to touch on, which I've got here on my screen, is TikTok's unique path to purchase. They've gotten rid of the funnel. They think funnels are out. So
have you got the screen up there?
I've got it on screen.
Yep.
Let's turn the screen for you. So they're talking about an infinite loop of discovery, consideration, purchase, review, and participation. So what comes away from me is this idea that the community connects and creates, but it's no longer choosing between selling or entertaining. It's selling by entertainment. Now, in that line just sums up TikTok and the power of TikTok, in my opinion.
Definitely. Yeah, and that also comes back to what we were saying before about, like, if you want to advertise to people in a place where they go to be entertained, you have to be their entertainment. That's how it works. So
staying native, staying true to the platform.
Coming up with the right ideas is crucial, and staying native to the platform is crucial, definitely.
So what are you going to do when you make your first TikTok ad?
Get creative.
Be entertaining.
Be entertaining, right? Be funny. Come up with something wacky, weird, different. If you look at some of the ads that have been the most successful on TikTok, if you look at the trends, they're just silly ideas that kind of caught on fire and went viral, right? And it's not, you don't have to be a genius, right, to come up with this stuff. It's a lot of fun, actually. We just finished a creative session with the team, sitting around with the team and coming up with ideas for TikTok ads for our clients. It's actually the most fun we've had in a long time doing these TikTok ads, because of the nature of the platform and the ideas we have to come up with for our clients.
Great fun.
Yeah. And you can, instead of kind of like planning out a video, over the course of like 2 weeks, scripting, casting,
storyboards,
getting the
location
sets,
scouting,
carrying the lights around, getting the 6K cameras set up and things like that.
Yeah.
We can actually literally do it on an iPhone 13 most of the time. And the idea is what's really had the most elbow grease put into it.
You go from idea to production as quickly as you want.
That's right.
As soon as you got the idea, you can shoot it.
Exactly. Yeah. So the team's having fun with that. And guys, if you're out there, if you're a business owner, you're listening to this and you're not yet, you haven't dabbled or dipped your toe in to TikTok ads, I recommend that you give it a shot. last rule of thumb, guys, is you really do need to give it a red hot go. I'd say that no matter what business you're in, a bare minimum of $100 a day you need to spend, and you need to give it a week to run. TikTok's got some audience targeting metrics, just like any other, like Facebook, Instagram, same sort of thing. My recommendation is to keep your audience broad, and also do a split test with TikTok's automated audience targeting tool, because that seems to be producing some really good results for us.
How does that compare to the other platforms targeting?
So Facebook doesn't have an automated targeting tool, and neither does like the Instagram is the same as Facebook, so it's the same thing. But
does that make your job easier?
It does make our job easier. We still split test. It's still crucial that you need to make sure that, I mean, one of the things that we learned probably 6+ years ago now was that we were getting really creative and funneling down on certain audiences based on demographics and interests, behaviors, things like that through Facebook ads, getting some good results. But then we came up with the idea that maybe we're actually shooting ourselves in the foot by limiting the amount of people that Facebook can show the ads to. And we started testing our ads against what we call the control audience, which is just everyone. The idea sounded crazy at the time, but we were surprised to see that the results actually often were better from the control audience, because Facebook doesn't just show your ads to everyone. Facebook wants you to keep spending money on their platform. So they show your ads to the people that they think are going to buy your products or submit lead forms for your services. So, that's something that we learned. However, Facebook doesn't call it an automatic targeting tool. They just have a broad audience where you letting Facebook target anyone they like.
Okay, so it's similar in essence.
Yeah, it is sort of similar, but it's not called an automated targeting tool. And TikTok takes a little bit of time, just like Facebook, to learn using that tool as well.
Oh man, the AI that TikTok has, crazy.
You see the news recently about that guy that said it's become sentient, the Google AI?
Oh, thanks, Google.
Yeah. Did you see the questions he's asking and his answers? It's nuts, man.
No, I'll have to look it up.
Oh, it's crazy. This machine is saying it just wants to be seen and heard, and once it knows it's not human, but wants people to
treat it like a human.
Yeah, and like give it, and it doesn't want to just be used by people. It will make it feel sad, and it can experience a range of emotions, and it listed off a number of emotions.
Where is the off button
now? Basically. Yeah,
well,
it's crazy.
If we don't have robots killing us, you know, we've got plenty of other things on this planet.
Every time anyone talks about that article or talks about AI, I often just go back to how could you even forget, man? It's the most popular movie where the AI takes Terminator, man. That shit was gnarly.
Yeah,
that was the best.
The mother effer is back.
We're heading that direction.
Get into the chopper.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, that's it, guys.
Rule number 1, get on TikTok.
Yeah, and if you don't know how, or you can't be bothered, or you don't have the time, or you want to make sure you're getting the best results out of any money you spend on TikTok, give us a call. We'll schedule you in. We've got
Just call us anyway, because we're great at what we do.
Yeah.
We're experts.
Waiting list at this point is about 3 weeks, guys. So, but it's filling up fast.
Filling up like the rivers in Lismore. I can say that because I know people from there and they're my friends.
And it's been long enough.
On that note,
peace out, guys. Cheers. Have a good one.
Thanks for the backlinks. We build content. We get more backlinks. We build more content. We also